let's talk about the Wehrman albums. The first one, you just, as a kind of, obviously you must have really not liked RCA, because you went ahead and titled your first album with him Mother's Finest again, which is what you titled the first album with RCA. There's a song on that album that has a very controversial title, and I would prefer, Glenn, that you say the name of that title rather than me, if you're comfortable saying it.
Oh, you talking about Niggizz Can't Say?
That's correct. What's the title?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I was trying to liberate the masses. I was really, that word was something that I thought that, you know, I thought people really should use the word and get comfortable with it. And then, you know, defang the word, take the poison out of it, you know, by letting it rip, you know. I even had a t-shirt, a baseball t-shirt, and it had Niggizz on the back of it, you know, and Niggizz, the proper way to say it, you know.
Again, too early.
But, you know, I mean, I reflect on that stuff, and especially me, I don't know where my head was at, except that it was where it was supposed to be.
Yes.
And I did a lot of stuff like that. That was probably the major thing that I did. But the whole race relations, especially at that time, I just thought we were so far behind, which we were, and we weren't going to move ahead, you know, for a while, you know. And I was just doing something that just wasn't gonna happen.
Nobody was ready to let that word be out there comfortably, you know, and without any negative ingenues.
But boy,
you know.
the most fun I ever had was we played, it was either Aerosmith or
Howard University?
No, Aerosmith.
Okay, well, Aerosmith was at the West Museum here in Atlanta.
It was in Pennsylvania, somewhere
up in the New York area.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
And it was either them or Ozzy Osbourne's.
I think you're talking about Ozzy Osbourne.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We walked out on the stage, and it was dark, and we're yelling at the audience, and they yelling back, "Oh, go, we're gonna rock and roll." But it was definitely with Ozzy Osbourne's. What's the name of his band? Ozzy Osbourne and the very heavy metal band.
Okay. Don't start me to line.
Yeah. Okay. We'll think about it then. But anyway, when the lights came on, people were like,
they were in shock.
They were. They start throwing things at us, and they start this.
Was too many black people.
One kid had a cross, and he was like that, and I just slung into Niggizz.
See, they knew the music, but they didn't know that the band was predominantly black.
I said Niggizz can't sing rock and roll, and boy, oh boy, it was so conflicted. It was so much fun seeing what human beings just kind of like a fish out of water. They didn't know what to do. It was like, oh yeah, well, no.
No. It was a trip that night.
And then as I walked off the stage, I threw the biggest finger that I could.
Yeah, we used to get in trouble with that. I'll tell you, he's old school and he retaliates as a black man.
Oh, it was.
But that was the climate, and it's way different now these days. And I think we all talk spiritually a lot in private that our plight in life as a band was not to be as huge as people thought we should have been. But the message that we carried with us by the music that we played and how we carried ourselves and the makeup of the band was really what we were about, because we carried that message of racial community with us everywhere we went. Now, granted, our audience were predominantly white because black people were not ready for loud guitar or even any essence of heavy metal at that point, and a band who didn't wear the same suits or whatever, because black music, white artists, black artists are quite different. That's, you know, being honest. There's a line that they draw, and a lot of our people didn't want us to walk the line we walked because they knew the danger of the success would be. A lot of times we were going to be kept away from success because they didn't want to see a band like us make it. Because there was, what's the word for that? There was, well, I'll say danger. There was a danger in that. They didn't want to see that, what they consider white music be disturbed by a predominantly black band playing it as good as the white boys.
And this
did.
was the industry we're talking
And
about.
we're talking
Yes.
about industry, and there were a lot of conversations about the guys who were empowered want to make sure that we didn't make it
Mm.
because they didn't want to see that disturbed. You
I'm
know,
not sure
that's
that's-
fine, but I'm not sure that it's changed. But there are a lot more of the bands out there. Well, even just mixing it. I mean, look at country. Country is not country no more. It's kind of rock and hip hop.
Right.
Now they're blending, but this is 50 years later. They're blending. They know that there's no danger in cultivating two cultures together with music. Music has always been the lifeblood of human beings anyway. So why not use it? Don't shut it down. And people in music have always been the ones to carry the message of community as far as these humans on this planet. You know what I'm saying? So I think that we, like I said in private talk, that God kind of wanted us to carry his message that we need to get it together.